I would also love for you to talk about the three lens through which you look at skills, because that can help L&D people formulate their game plan and strategy around how do we be more agile and nimble as the business changes.
So, we talk so much about upskilling in so many parts of the business, and it's important. It's about how do you help people stay current in the jobs they're already doing. LinkedIn came out with a stat earlier this year that said 70% of the work in all jobs will change by 2030. And World Economic Forum had a stat of about 40%. And so regardless of which one you subscribe to, a lot of the work will be changing, and you need to continually update your skills just to be able to keep doing the job you're doing. So that's upskilling. Reskilling is about developing and strengthening skills that are in an adjacent type of work. It's something different from what you're doing today, but it enables you to do that sidestep over into different type of work. And so that's really important when jobs are being replaced or are being sort of wound down for one reason or another. So the ability to actually be able to shift over into another type of work that uses similar skills is really important. One of the most colorful examples is the coal miners who became coders. And on the surface, that seems like very different work, coal mining and coding. But it actually requires a lot of the same skills, that ability to look at the big picture, to be able to zone in on the details, to be able to be very explicit about the work that needs to be done and very deliberate in doing it. So that's reskilling, where you're picking up skills that are different, but in work that you can be successful in. And then preskilling is something that I've focused on for the last few years, because it's really about encouraging people to build the skills they need for the future starting now. So if you picture back, 5 years ago or so, if you had started building skills that would set the stage for thriving in an AI landscape, that would have put you ahead of the curve. So even though we may not have been able to anticipate the impact of generative AI back 5 years ago, there's a lot of things around technical expertise and digital acumen, digital fluency, data fluency, etc. A lot of these skills would have caused you to leapfrog now as you're trying to get into spaces around AI fluency. So I encourage people to spend about 70% of their time focused on skills for today, upskilling and reskilling, and about 30% of their time focusing in on developing skills that are emerging, so that you're ahead of the curve and you've got more Lego blocks to play with as you need to assemble them and reassemble them as jobs change, as work changes for the future.